All right. Let's do it then. We are up and rolling. Hello. Hey, Mecha Shadow. Welcome. Hey, how's it going? That was quick. You're in the chat very, very quick. Hey, what's going on? All right. Time for me to get a move on and get recording some Easter eggs and get some bits done for some videos. So I'm just going to try and go through these as quickly as I can. I'm also going to just change my outfit because it's going to be appearing in the video for as much time as I can. But yeah, how we doing? What's going on? Hey Troy, what's going on? We're going to do that one. I think we're going to do, we're going to take off the beanie. I think we're going to take off the beanie. I'm going to go for the cool green ones. All right, let's do that. Toby, hey, Fee in Team Flairbase right now. Yes, she is. It's very exciting. She's doing all the stuff. Right. I'm going to not there. I'm going to here. This is my first place. Gang. Just coincidence. Congrats on finishing. Hey. Yeah, welcome everyone. I'm just getting footage today for a couple of videos basically. So I'm gonna just try and I'm just gonna try and find them all really. So a lot of them are going around and chatting to people that have that mention all sorts of interesting stuff. So that's kind of my goal right now. On main mission 15-17 right now. Well, look, you should probably leave then because there will be spoilers here. I'm watching since the launch of EA and I'm loving it. Can't wait to finally get your hand on the game tonight. Oh, enjoy! You must be so excited. Extended thoughts on Volo's outfit? Extended thoughts. I think I kind of said everything in the museum video at the moment. Like, I don't know. Think about that. You don't mind spoilers? Oh, that's all right. But yeah, I just need to go around and basically chat to everyone. Wait. I didn't want to go. It's alright. No, I could. One day, I'll be even bigger than Prism Tower. What are you... Okay, that's cringe. People in Pokemon Gather. Here, since the tower's so easy to spot. Are there bird Pokemon that roost on top of the Prism Tower? Or something might dare alight upon the tower. Okay. I'm just trying to... Oh, hang on. That might be a little reference itself to, Are there birds that roost on the top of Prism Tower? Hang on, I'm gonna turn these off then. Hang on, where's that? That and that. And I'm going to hit start recording. So let's come over and talk to them. Stop recording. I'm just going to do that every time I see something interesting. This is wrong. Where's this? Main camera. There we go. So what I need to do is new legendary birds. What's happening here? New mains, would you say your favorite so far? I really like... who do I really like? Embor. Embor's great. Embor's fantastic. And what's happening here? I'm just like picking up footage of interesting dialogues from NPCs. Maybe have your partner Pokemon draw it away, then yeet the package aside when it's distracted. That's funny. Back to music again. It should be a theorist. Back to the lab again. Self use a Switch friend. Hey, nice. From back when? From like Let's Go Pikachu Eevee days? Aww. Oh, RPG, that's very kind of you to say. Did people in Pokemon live together thousands of years ago? Same Pokemon will be stronger or weaker depending on the trainer. Strongest Pokemon in Lumiose. Have you seen the shiny for Mega Dragon? I have. Isn't it cool? Nice Pokemon Center today. Celebrate. Cool, 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 cool. Turn inside. Some people age like a good cheese, but most age like a bad cheese. That's rude. Isn't it cute? Pokemon perched on street lights. Trying to use this Pokemon to do bad stuff. I'm going to record that. Border. International Police. That doesn't make sense, Madden. I'll explain why in a moment. I'm afraid that doesn't make sense for the timeline. And I will explain why. What do you have on you? I have a Fletchling and just a blue badge. Okay. This seems so much of an unhinged NPC dialogue. Okay, so you've said, I think Urbane 20 is the child of Leon and Sonia. Also, who were they looking for if we don't find out in the base game? I hope we get the answer to the DLC. Yeah, their parent. Well, if you've not played to the very, 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 very end, like if you've not done all of the available main quests, there is something to find out. But it doesn't make sense because the Galar games have only just happened as this game is happening, timeline-wise. Leon is the former champion, but this is 5 years after X and Y. Unless the implication is that Sword and Shield happened years ago, but it doesn't actually make sense because Sword and Shield have like the oldest gym challenge system. So it would be very, very strange for them to be like the first thing in the Pokemon timeline. I'm sure that like just doesn't even work for reasons that I can't think of right now, but I'm sure there are timeline reasons. Effectively, for Tawny and Urbane to be the child of Leon and Sonia, which I don't think lines up with their characters or anything we know about them really, for that to be the case, they would need to have had, it would need to be 10 years ago, 5 years before. It would need to have happened before Black and White, like between Gens 4 and 5. It just doesn't quite, like, for Sword and Shield to have happened then. And it doesn't, I know why it doesn't make sense, because the Rotom phone is the technology of the time. So, it unfortunately, I don't think that quite lines up. Toby, do you have a favorite hint, reference, or type of Map Hat voice lore in this game? If you can answer with a simple yes or no, if you don't want to spoil it. A favorite hint? I mean, I just love everything in the museum. Like, I just think the museum is an incredible thing. They need to do way more of that. Oh, I need my border back. Where's my border gone? There we go. Margins, one circle. Okay, cool. Legendary Yoga Master. Okay, that sounds really, really fun, but like something I'll do later. Here's Cybold retired. I did see that. That's exactly the kind of dialogue I'm looking for. I've got screenshots of a lot of it, but I really want to get like recordings, and I've got about 50 minutes now. So I'm just trying to go around the main plaza at the moment. Everyone finally ready to forget Team Flare's awfulness. Nearly 1,000 feet? Doubt that somehow. There's an in-game reason it doesn't work too. What's the in-game reason, Mecha Shadow? Could you explain just so that I know off the top of my head what that is? You sure are giving my Pokemon uncanny amount of attention. Your Pokemon are really fantastic. There's also Pokemon that can live an incredibly long time, like 100 years long. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool to know that that's a long time for a Pokemon, though, because we don't know much about Pokemon ages, actually. I did know that, because I've played Pokemon before. I can get a screenshot of this. Like, this isn't going in a video, but I do think that's interesting. Is it the return of the origin form of the Hoenn trio? Yes, that's. I suspect exactly where they will be. There was a quest about flying battles. Hang on. Trying to use the room glide to get Mega Beedrill is starting to annoy me. The room glide? The Rotom glide? To get the Mega Beedrill? I don't remember it being particularly difficult, but I don't know. Did you hear similar? Her jacket is similar to Sonya's, and in some battle, she slaps her face like Leon. He's the only Pokemon character to do so, which is why I came up with that theory. Interesting. I'm not sure if it spoils it, but did you do the Infinite Royale 15 times? I know what's coming. I know what you're about to say, but, like, other people might not, so we'll leave it for now. It's, like, the only thing that's not. But I don't understand why that... when you said there's another reason it doesn't work, I think... I don't think that's a reason that it doesn't work. The reason would have to be in the Sword and Shield games, right? Because the mystery is who is their parents, right? That's the mystery. Wrong game. Yeah. Do you think Xerneas and Evolve will get Megas in the DLC? I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I could see that happening. Okay, you don't talk. All right. Okay. Favorite shiny or mega? Not necessarily, but I did like the shiny mega Sableye looks exactly like my engagement ring. Like it's the exact same. I didn't realize that. Oh, actually, no, that's exactly what. Sorry, I do want this one. Hold up. Let's do, let's send you out so you're not in the video, but let's do, not that. Well, that should be off, but there we go. All right, just gonna record something. Haha, just gonna wait for that to disappear. All right, so that's fine. So recording number 3 is this one. So that is collecting gym badges. That one actually is relevant to what I currently have written, so I'm going to highlight it. Okay. Is there another big character that slaps their face when they start battling? Who's the character that's the other big character? This is funny. What's your problem? Okay. And BC got stuck. No, but let's say they mention stuff about a mum that doesn't line up with this proposed timeline. I'll leave it there. What is said about the mum that wouldn't line up with... Hang on. Because I don't understand what they say about the mum that means really anything timeline related. There is a mum, and the mum has disappeared. Or possibly passed away. I'm not sure that's ultra clear, actually. But what I don't understand is... Oh, it's Zach, the Lumi Cab guy. That's fun. That is funny. But I don't really... It said that she died. Yeah. Well, no, one of the characters says they died, but the other one sort of implies not. There's a little bit of conflicting. She said, yeah. I feel bad for Clement when he returns from his trip. He's going to be like, what happened to the gym? It's true. What's your deal? Oh, yeah, I actually did want to record this guy. I want to record this guy. Hold up. Let me focus in on this. Blump, blump, blump. Okay, that's that. Bish, bish, bish. And that's recording number 4. And that's the Bonnie Clement quiz master. Yeah, we don't know what region the mum is from. Oh, hang on. That's not supposed to be on the daily member bar. Oops. Okay, who else is saying interesting things? Are you going to do a video on who they were looking for? Potentially, if I can actually think of like a good answer to that question. Do you know what I mean? Everyone who goes, I wonder if those Pokemon what they want. It's very true. You'd fit in right in with Team Plasma. Tried to buy the tower herself. That's funny. Filling all my health from the top of the tower. You've not got anything to say. How will the tower transform next, I wonder? Pretty sure it's nearly 1,000 feet tall. Leave me cab. Yeah. The reader should never have closed the city symbol. Oh, I see, because it was closed before. True forms of my Pokemon. Certain Pokemon only appear overnight. Okay, so I've done the round of all this stuff. Thought it could be Lysander, but they didn't seem to interact with him or recognize, so I dismissed it. Yeah, I don't think it would be Lysander. Just to say it, we do know the mom is from Team Flare, so she is Kalos. Whoa! Hang on, where are we? They say that she became a member of Team Flare, I think. That's right. But we don't know that she's from Kalos. In fact, doesn't she say that their family is very specifically not from Kalos? They like almost very specifically say we're not from Kalos. So it's someone not from Kalos who ended up in Team Flare. Like, I think that was like the dialogue. Which, again, if you're looking at Team Flare, it's hard to know because there's obviously lots of members that we don't see. It could be one of the other admins. Like, if you're looking at Team Flare, if you're looking at Team Flare, then it's the dialogue that she's from Team Flare. It comes up if you've done, if you get to the very end of the game. I don't want to say more than that. The Team Flare admins are obviously Malva, Celosia, Bryony, and Aliana. But none of them, as far as I know, are, like, not from Kalos. We don't really know anything about them, so it's hard to say. Ben was, who didn't say, so it's hard to pin anything down. The dialogue says they're not from Lumios. They're not from Lumios, not Kalos. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to look it up. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up the dialogue and what's said, because I know where it is in the video. It's, if I type in, I'll read you verbatim the, we can theorize if you want. Maybe it's this. Okay, yeah, so I've got the dialogue here. Hold up. I don't have the game dialogue there because they've made it silly. Where's Mix Eli? I'm just going to go to Mix Eli. I think this is probably the way to do it. Oh, okay, so that's the... Okay. All right, here we go. I've got the dialogue. Spoilers, by the way. This is like the final thing that happens in the game. So I'm just going to throw out there that this is... Oh, I actually wanted to record this. This is spoiler territory big time. Tawny says... I'm sorry. Jet says, Tawny, I'm quite sure that your mother was my daughter. And she says this to Urbane as well. Your mother worked to develop hologram technology, did she not? That's right, says Tawny. Which means, yeah, Team Flare. Your mother and I, we disagreed over the direction of which the company was moving. She left, saying she had her own research she wished to pursue. Which is interesting because it implies that Quasartico sort of existed as an entity pre-Team Flare, which is interesting. Yes, I actually, could you make a note of where that NPC is if you're there right now, 53? Said that she had own research she wished to pursue. All right. Yes, she worked hard at that research, all while caring for me while I was a kid. So this would have been if 20 years, let's say she's like, I think she's supposed to be like 14. I think the characters in ZA are around that age. So this would have been at least 5 years ago. So when she was 9. So I don't know when she disappeared or when she died. It was a lot for her to handle on her own. 20 says, I think she ended up doing work for Team Flare or maybe getting support from Lysander. Oh, she may have ended up doing work from Team Flare. But we don't know. So she didn't work for Team Flare. She worked on the hologram technology, but it is unclear whether she worked for Team Flare or not. That's an important distinction. The very same research that enabled us to develop our own holotech here at Quasartico Inc. Okay. Even though she chose to walk a separate path, we still find these points of intersection. Life is truly curious at times. The different path sort of suggests that she joined Team Flare, so Mum's hard work helped make the wild zones and everything possible. But she burned herself out doing all of that. Okay. In the end, she had to go to some faraway region to try and rest. Okay, so that's the implication. Like, did she die? Or she had to go to some faraway region to rest? This is the confusion for me. Ethan, if you check with somebody in the Discord server, which you can access using !Discord, you might be able to find someone there who can help. I can't right now, I'm afraid. I won't be able to, but maybe someone in the Discord will be able to help. Oh, I suppose that is where literally the next line of dialogue is that she died. So she went to some other region and died, having left Kalos. And then I knew my mum had ties to Lumio, so I figured I'd find you or somebody I knew who knew her here. But of course, our family was not originally from Lumio City, says Jet. So Jet is probably implying that her family, Tawny and Urbane and Jets, is from another region, the region that the mum went to die. The mum also worked on the hologram technology. I've been trying with a different Discord, no avail. Well, possibly Malva. I mean, we'll have a look. That's why it was a struggle to find any leads. Until I noticed that jacket. And we've got this strange grey jacket. So, let's have a look. Do we know all the megas by the end of the game, or they're hidden past game megas? I think we know all of them by the end of the game. Oh, right. Hang on. Let me check that again. You're right. I missed the important part. Our family was not originally from Lumio City. You are right. So she might be from Kalos. They might have been from Kalos. They might have been from this other region, this faraway region. We don't know. The only thing we know then is they're not from Lumios, which actually doesn't love the search. Now, the Holocaster. Pokemon. Let me see what I can find. The Holocaster is a key item in Generation 6, developed by Lysander Labs, which allows people to communicate with each other through holograms. Okay. Team Flare spied on messages sent by the Holocaster. Dexio and Cena destroyed the machine that recorded the messages. The Holocaster via the PSS. It was used to receive special news bulletins. PSS. A device that allows... Okay. We don't know anything about who made it. Other than it was developed by Lysander Technologies and helped to be developed. The PSS is a feature that appears in X and Y and is the trade O-powers and more. And is a Gen 6 version of the C-Gear and has many different functions, including GTS, Wonder Trade, O-powers. The PSS is accessible with the PlayNav or the PokeNav Plus. So that's interesting. Obviously, the PokeNav is made by... Holocaust is an introversion of the X transceiver. I mean, it does sort of seem to be an evolution of the X transceiver or PokeNav technologies, so maybe there's something there. I'm just gonna have a quick look. Caveat me around the construction site. Okay, cool. It's good to know. Various points we learned using the C gear, X transceiver, but I don't think we know who made it. But it also shares a lot of similarities to the PokeNav. You sort of just have one, so we don't know who made the X transceiver. If I have a look at the PokeNav, yeah, an enhanced version of the PokeNav from Ruby and Sapphire is developed by the Devon Corporation under the orders of Mr. Stone. Now, it's hard to know if they actually are like related, but there may be a connection to between these technologies. Either way, the Holocaster seems very specific to X and Y, the holograms. Do holograms appear anywhere else in the Pokemon world? Would be my next question. Right, and I'm just going to record this dialogue quickly. Start recording. Oh, well, I simply apprenticed the professor, a Pokemon professor by the name Rowan long ago. Okay, but this is my grandma knows all about Pokemon. She teaches me about every last one we see in town. Okay, stop recording. So, I don't think we've got a lot of good leads. Malva is maybe an option, but even that seems unlikely. Besides Kalos, are there any other regions with similar tech that can be made by the same company? Yeah, again, Devon and the X transceiver, the Pokemon Team Fless Aliana has the closest hair to Urbane, but Malva is the popularized holocasting, so she is a popular theory here. Yeah, but I just wouldn't... I don't have enough yet to say I think that's a theory. I don't half wonder if it's not a new region thing. Like, if it's not like a Gen 10 thing. Oh, blimey, I'm tired. I guess I spent the whole day recording. I'm working on a ton of videos, by the way. I think I have a theory. Let's hear it, 53. I'm a rather well-known movie director. Among those who know me, I wanted to capture some footage of wild Pokemon here in Lumia with my Rotom phone. And for my first shot, I decided to focus on a trainer, Pokemon Carvana. Well, dangerous. Okay, sure. Sure, I'll let you know. I think the implication of a far-off region at the very end of the game, yeah, does sort of suggest next-gen stuff. How's it going, Zappy? Welcome, welcome. Face onto a Y junction. Okay. All right. Oh, I need to write that down as well. Hang on. That's not what I wanted. Rowan assistant. Game Freak have been love teasing the next gen for a decade now. Oh, longer than that. They've been doing it literally since Gen 1. It's like a classic Game Freak move. Hey friend, bird Pokemon come in all shapes and sizes. Do you know who I am? Who I was? Always have a special place in my heart. I even joined the delivery company I'm working for because their logo is a bird Pokemon. Though it's a Talonflame, not a Pidgeot or anything. Pidgeot and its evolutionary line uses Line 5's amazing power. I want to take the power of my flame move from bird Pokemon. Sorry, I gotta smack this bird, keep it down. Yes, I have Phoenix. I absolutely have. I'm sorry. You're gone. Oh, we're entering night. But I'm recording footage, so I'm not going to do the ZA Royale this very evening. Instead of the character, we're trying to figure out what about its a character that we already know. Maybe she could be related to Irida or the Pearl Clan, because we also have an ancestor in this region, Garrick. I think that we I mean, it's a separate question, right? Like, if you want to make an argument that, like, Irida is the ancestor, that's, like, an interesting theory. I, like, definitely want to hear the evidence for that. But yeah, the big question is, like, who is the parent? Like, that's the interesting question. That's what we're trying to solve. But, yeah, you know, if you've got someone that you're like, them, great, let's hear it. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ugh. I'm only on for another half hour. I'm just gonna grab some footage. Okay. Is that the best you got? My Embol's fighting type. Come on. Come on. Doo-doo. What's that one? But my Bell Pokemon put on a great show, right? I bet you're impressed. The rest of Lumios will be too. What's the good word about how good Pidgeot is? One day I'll get my company to swap a logo from Talonflame to Pidgeot. Cute. I hope you do, dude. I hope you do. Who else do we have around? Who's got something interesting to say about the world? Trainer tips. This isn't really a tip at all, but have you counted how many trainer tip boards Lumios has in total? What? Why is that a thing? Hold up. Oh my god, what am I trying to open? There we go. I mean, how many tips do they have in total? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35? What's important about 35? Or maybe it doesn't have that many trainer tip boards. I don't know. Maybe there's some symbolism, something important to counting all the boards. That's interesting. Sure. But if we're talking about their mom, what happens to the dad? Maybe the dad has more reddish or pinkish hair. Yeah, well, again, like, if we can work out someone who has a connection to, like, Flare, like, then we can start working out. Again, probably the mom is going to be the easiest way to find the dad. Saw the video about going around the museum and seeing the Hisui exhibit. Got me thinking about the Hisui Pokedex. It's been hidden away for years in that old chateau. Yeah, I did think about that. I did wonder if maybe that was the place, you know. Hey, Goomy. You're mine. Not in a repeat ball, though. No chance. Eee. All right. Okay. No problem. No problemo. Hello from Brazil. Hello back from England, Carlos. How goes it? Oh, I just need to check something, actually. Not there. Interesting. Wait, what's going on here then? Hang on. We all uploaded? Wait, I'm so confused. Is it not all uploaded? Oh, that's a different thing. Hang on. Lawkeeper, August, September. Looks like it's all uploaded. Doesn't look like it's all uploaded. What's going on? Oh, no. Sorry, everyone. 1 second. I was trying to upload something, but I guess it's not done it. So I just need to make sure that those are going. They're doing their thing. One or more items already exist in this relocation. Wait, what? Hang on. Cancel. Refresh. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Those. Then things I hate, that should have 1 audio and 2 video. And that needs to have everything there, which is fine. And Mega Evolutions needs to have that. Okay, cool. Sorry, for some reason it just stopped while I was uploading stuff. Heads up, there are lots of service outages right now. AWS is having major issues. I don't know who AWS is, but okay. I'm in the UK, remember. I don't know what your message was, Zappy. Lore video on the old tattoo for Halloween. I did one many years ago. Probably not for this Halloween. I don't have time now, but like, yeah, probably again soon at some point. Legend Games Explorer, one of the Pokemon Wars, where we ride a Pokemon into battle. Wouldn't that be sick? Yeah, I'd love that. What's your deal? What you got to say? Anything interesting? Further outside of the Scyther. Oh, yes, I want to actually do all the styles. Best way to learn, we copy someone who already mastered it. Okay. Absol can learn Slash, so I can do that. Okay. And I will probably have to change moves to give it Slash. Cool. Do you know that Draconids Lawkeepers existed before Rayquaza's first Mega evolved, or was a role created only after? My understanding is that 2,000 years ago was when meteorites destroyed Meteor Falls, the home of the Draconid people. This was the point, I think, when AZ, I think, bestowed upon these people the kind of general lore and mythos of various legendary Pokemon, and that this tribe became nomadic. That 1,000 years ago, they were ready for the return of Groudon and Kyogre and these meteorites by creating the Sky Pillar to wish to Rayquaza. But that is actually just one lineage. Because of the destruction of their home Meteor Falls, we see groups of them travel to Alola and become the Sea Folk people. We see groups of them become the seafaring folk of Pacifilog Town. We see a group about 1,000 years ago make their way to Hisui and become up through the Sinjo ruins. We see traces of them in like the Embedded Tower in Johto and the Dragon Clan of Johto and the Kimono Girls of Johto. And we see them, the connection between the ruins of Sinnoh and the ruins of Johto in the ruins of Alph. And then there's the Sinjo ruins. And yeah, about 1,000 years ago, the first settlers pursuing this idea of Arceus showed up in Hisui. So I think there is a great deal of stuff that kind of happened over the course of the last 2,000 years in the Pokemon world that started about 2,000 years ago when the home of what we now know as the Draconids was destroyed and became Meteor Falls. And from there, a whole group of like different cultures traveled the world, mastering lore about almost every single legendary Pokemon. And I believe the way they did that is through information they got from AZ, because AZ was able to sort of view lots of the world and learn the lore of the Pokemon world. And certainly bestowed a lot of information upon them. I think. That's my understanding, but I might be wrong about that. Amazon Web Services. I see. Oh, that makes sense. All right, cool. Open for business, Salon. You're liking the Battle Axis EA? I'm liking it too. Yeah, I actually completely agree, Zappy. That is like exactly what it does. It's so great for the Pokemon sort of fantasy, you know what I mean? However, Amazed, I might be wrong about some of that stuff, so, you know, let me know. Again, Ruin Maniac is the guy to look to for that. Favor, okay, yes, please. I really can't be bothered to do this. No. What are you? No. I'll come back later. I'm trying to get footage for a video. Good morning, friend. How are you doing today? I'm doing good, thanks. I'm doing good. I am, just here for the next, like... Do you know what? I was going to be here for another 20 minutes. But I'm actually feeling a little, like, lethargic and headachy. And so I'm going to listen to myself. I probably need food. I have been making videos all day. And I think the idea of going live straight off the back of that was probably a silly move. Like, I wanted to get some footage to help out, one of my editors, and I will get that footage, but I think I will do it offline at some point. You can find Pokemon in the sewers. You don't see anywhere else. Is that actually true? So yeah, I think we're kind of wrapping up. I know it's only been a short, like, little 40-minute stream. But yeah, I just think that's probably about where we are. But still productive. Still very, very productive. Yeah. Thank you, Anthony. Well, more coming soon. I recorded the second half of 2 videos today and 2 other full videos that I'm hoping to get out by the end of the week. Plus, I'm hoping tomorrow to maybe do a little bonus video, but we will see. So it's all going on. Yeah, take care, everyone. I think I'm going to head off, but Phoebe is streaming. She's actually coming up to the climactic moments of the game. So I'm going to redirect straight into her, head on over, and have a look at what she's doing. Take care, everyone.